And we're live. Hello. Welcome in. This is session 2 of our One Ring campaign, Shadows of the North. We missed the last session. Some people were ill. But we're all good. Everyone's feeling a lot better today. And we were in the middle of a troll hunt when we last left off. The company you guys had left from Bree. After there was a few rumours around town about a young man named Tom and his uncle Tim, who was an adventurer back in the day, and all sorts of rumours about treasure and maps and the like. And you guys had headed out to the graveyard just outside Bree after Tom had came into the Prancing Pony, distressed, claiming that he'd seen a ghost, a 9-foot tall ghost. And when you got there, you found tracks not belonging to a ghost, but belonging to a troll. A troll that you have spent 2 or 3 days tracking south of Bree into the South Downs. You encountered another ranger of the north on this journey, told you to be wary of the troll because it was a particularly old and cunning one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got lost in the fog and separated for a brief period of time. I forgot. Tom had followed you out even though you told him not to.
Yep.
And then it was the following morning you woke up and the hills were heavy with fog and you all got separated until eventually, Idro, you stumbled upon the entrance of a cave followed by some of your companions who had met each other in the fog, leaving only young Tom missing from the group of you. And that's pretty much...
We are the most worried about being by himself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The least capable of taking care of himself. But yeah, that's where we left off. The fog has sort of started to disperse a little bit to reveal the entrance of this cave, and you guys were all reunited after a little bit of a panic being lost in the South Downs in pursuit of a troll, and that's the last thing you would have wanted to bump into unknowingly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think we just kind of cut there. Didn't really give people time to react to arriving at the cave or have any interaction, so we can jump right into there. So Idro, you're the first one to stumble upon it when you were the only member of the company who hadn't bumped into anyone else in the fog.
Yep.
And then eventually your companions started to emerge in 2s and 3s.
Oh no! No.
Yeah, like as everybody's kind of slowly kind of turning up in 2s and 3s, and I kind of spot them, I'll kind of gesture for them to come like behind me, kind of put my kind of my finger to my lips to say quiet and kind of point that that's where I believe the troll is. And after kind of like everybody's kind of come here, I'm gonna whisper, if anybody's seen Tom.
No, I
No.
haven't seen him, but he does see my drink.
Not since we got separated, I've not seen him now.
You
I
did
thought
not
he would
bump
have
into
been
him.
someone else. Yeah.
He could either be out there or he could have run up ahead of us, eager for treasure.
You think he would go inside?
I don't think he's that. He may be foolish, but I don't think he's that foolish.
Did steal my drink.
Did steal your drink.
Not even I would go in there.
alone. That's foolish.
That's good, Pearl. That's good. I don't know. He does seem like he's missing a few marbles.
Well, here's hoping the troll didn't get to him first.
Yep.
Before we do.
Indeed. Shall we
Knock some
go in
sense into him.
Should
Shall
we
we-
go back out together and look for him, or
Are there any tracks on the ground going into this troll cave?
Oh, give me a hunting roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
It's a combination of things. The ground here around the entrance of the cave is a lot firmer, a lot more stony, so it's not great for holding tracks. And the fog is still kind of drifting in and out, which makes it kind of hard to really focus for any long periods of time before whatever you're looking at is covered.
I honestly think it's better if we check inside the cave and take care of the troll. We could look for him out here, but we probably wouldn't spot him. And we could go get separated again.
At least if we take out the troll, then it won't be able to find Tom.
Yeah.
Very good point.
So, to the troll?
I'd rather go for the troll than go wandering off into that mist again.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that was not a pleasant experience, not being able to see my hand in front of my face.
Yeah. But before we go in here, I would like to ask, are you all sure you're prepared for this?
Absolutely not, but let's go anyway.
Fair enough.
Out of all of you, I'm trying to think who would have actually probably encountered a troll before at any point.
Probably not my character.
I don't know. You seem like you're maybe one of the older members of the company,
Oh.
possibly.
How old did I write my character as again?
Oh, you're a dwarf,
40.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
Old, yeah.
probably you and
Old enough for a beard.
Ear and probably Idril as well.
Yeah. I mean, Born has probably seen a troll before.
I
Yeah,
may have seen one at a distance. That's enough. Smelt it.
close
Oh,
enough.
smells bad. Not an orc, though. But yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna head into the cave.
done in. Yep.
Let's do it.
How are you choosing to approach this? So keep in mind the One Ring has group roles.
Yeah.
Where everyone can roll whatever check it be. If you're entering the cave, most likely going to be stealth, so you don't wake up anything that you don't want to wake up when you're on your way in. But at least half of the company need to succeed.
It's a great role. Other role-playing games.
But you have that thing where you roll sixes on your d6s, and those count as greater degrees. And
Yeah.
with, you could do it in first edition, but with second edition you can still do it, or you can spend those
Yeah.
extra degrees of success
Yeah.
to give your fellow companions successes on their rolls as well.
Yep. Group roles are a great role. Other role-playing games.
Um,
You're gonna get
Just
a
saying.
DMC'd.
so it's handy if you've got people in your company who maybe aren't great at certain skills. And it's essentially represents, like, when you get those extra sixes and you maybe help a companion out, it represents your character as physically helping in some way. So quietly descending into the cave, can you all give me stealth rolls, please?
Yes.
I will
Yep.
do my best.
There we,
Okay.
there we go, Boren.
Hey.
Oh God.
Success.
Ooh, Steve.
Oh, Pearl.
That's a feat success, which is slightly different. It's the Gandalf room, which means it's an automatic pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Her is used to being a shadow after all.
With
So-
the power of Gandalf.
what have we got here? Boren is a fail. What's that? That's one fail.
Definitely.
Two.
One
Think about it, two
success.
passes.
2 fails. 3 fails. 4.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't even think I could
Um,
succeed if I roll a Gandalf.
Okay. And one of those has an eye, which has significance in this particular
Yes.
situation.
Oh,
does.
no.
Um, So I'm just going to open this up over here so you can't see what I'm looking at.
If everyone else gets screwed, but I have the Gandalf, can I hide and nobody notice me?
Yes.
Fortunately, not with the group roll.
Damn it!
While we're stuffing, Boren like turns to Pearl and says, "Hey, Pearl, something happens to me. I'd like you to get out of here."
Okay.
What? No! We're fighting to the end, man!
Then I'm just going to quickly roll d6.
Fine, let's both get out of here and buy drinks.
Yeah!
Okay.
More like it.
Idril, you take 3 points of endurance loss.
Yeah.
While the company are trying to quietly enter the cavern, Idril, you initially feel that you've slipped on something. A bunch of loose rocks and dirt start to fall on top of you. Some of the larger boulders actually doing some significant harm to you. But something, at the same time, something feels a little bit off. Like, once you've kind of been battered by the rocks and earth, you kind of look at where you've stepped. Nothing that you've stepped on, you've not hit any loose stones that should have caused that much of a disturbance.
Oh dear. Adriel, are you okay?
Do I see what's on? I'm gonna look to the ground and see what.
Can we all look up? He looks down, I'll look up.
He looks down, you look up, all you can see is the stone and dirt underfoot and some of those boulders that just hit you. The rest of you looking up, you can barely see the roof of the cavern through the darkness that is here. If you're wanting to give me like proper rolls, so it would be scan or awareness.
I will do a scan.
I'll do awareness.
I'll do scan.
I will go for awareness.
Nice!
It'll be the same roll either way, but
I failed.
Gandalf again.
Well,
Two Gandalfs.
2 Gandalfs.
You Gandalf.
2 Gandalfs of great successes as
Ooh.
well. Those are
that's really good. Yeah.
Told you he's on my side today.
mighty impressive rolls.
I had some really crap rolls last week. It's coming back now.
Okay. So Boren, Sydney, and Bridget, as I say, nothing particularly catches your attention or stands out to you. You're in a cave. There's dirt. There's rocks.
Too dark to see anything in here.
There's maybe some roots and stuff coming in through the top of the roof from whatever's growing above the mound. As for I can't pronounce your character names.
You're
You're
You're Idro and Peril. You all are fairly sure that you can hear movement from up ahead of you in the cavern. You're in peril, peering through the gloominess, the darkness here under the cavern. You can see a slight figure moving ahead of you, heading deeper into the cavern, and both of you can't help but feel that is Tom.
idiot.
Yeah.
That idiot.
That idiot. Yep. Egypt.
wait, what are you saying? I'm too short.
Did I run after him and just tackle him to the ground?
You can run after him.
Stumpy little dwarf charging down the tunnel.
I mean,
How
dwarves are
quiet
fast
is this
runners.
person being?
He's been fairly quiet. You feel like you can still just about hear the footsteps on the stone. Peril and you can hear something further ahead as well in the cavern, moving.
Coral just kind of like does the little kid thing of like trying to reach for the responsible adult towards Borin, and she's like, "There's
What? What is it?
I'm marching forward.
she's marching forward. There's a thing. There's some of them that I can feel. It's a big thing. It's
Is it a troll?
Got my axe.
I don't know. I can see a thing
Sword.
over there.
Okay.
Just a long hafted axe.
You
Good
You
eye,
s-
Pearl. Let's get it.
you start to head away from your company, following Tom, presumably, into the shadows of the cave. You stop a little bit short as the cave opens up wider round about you. Just an unfortunate timing
Oh no.
to see the troll snatch up Tom in a giant stony fist.
What? Tom, you idiot!
Did I chuck something?
Um,
Can I take
Yeah,
out my
like
bow and storm?
or like a rock or something like that. Yeah, you can throw it.
Yeah, if there's like a rock or something, I can just chuck it at the thing's face.
Yep. All you do is succeed to get its attention.
And I'll run back.
Whether or not that's for Tom's best interest, it's probably up for debate, as the troll quite casually sort of tightens its grip around Tom's leg, and you can hear the bone snap as he tosses the young boy to the side. Who be coming into my cave?
You.
What?
I don't know.
What?
Or like looked at you, confused.
How is it just me that's hearing this, or do the rest of them?
Yeah, they can all hear it. The voice sort of echoes down. Plus, Borin and Peril, they both said that they were heading after you. Presumably, the rest of the company will follow suit.
They found it.
We come bearing gifts.
Yep.
What are you talking about? What gifts?
Tom is
Shut
not a
up,
gift.
Lauren. For God's sake, shut up, everyone.
Oh, sorry, I'm not very smart.
Pearl's just like, he was gonna eat him whole. He's bigger than I am. How could he eat him whole?
I don't know if I could. Would it be riddle? I could try and trick
Confuse
him.
Yeah, you can give me a riddle roll.
Confuse him or something. What did I roll? Damn.
No.
We come bearing gifts.
No.
The gift was pain.
The gift was pain.
The gift was the rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just double checking something with second edition. First edition, if a combat was going to happen, you would make battle rolls and it would give you stuff. I don't think they have that anymore.
Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. No, they don't have the preliminary battle roll anymore.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So, like, presumably, Ur's attempt at confusing the troll was that reply of you. And the troll is like, has no patience or even trying to think and how it's going to respond to that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And
Extremely fair.
we'll start to sort of lurch towards the company. You do have time for a opening volley.
Opening volley.
Cool.
So that would be anyone with bows can make a shot. If you've got a spear and you don't mind throwing it, you can do that as well.
I do have
I've got a bow.
I've got a bow.
I've got a bow.
Most of the company have bows.
You fool! We all have bows.
Looks
Anyways,
towards us. Bing!
Boren is actually going to say, "We do bear gifts. It is pain."
It was pain.
So how do I roll this?
I think Edro will roll his eyes at that.
Yeah.
Let me open that. Wherever you've put your weapon in, down at the bottom of the sheet, there's a little D12 icon.
You need to click the D12, yeah.
Cool.
In the bow bit.
And the
Yep,
target's
should be.
target's parry 0? Or
Um,
is it asking me for the...
Yeah, saying target's parry. Is that something we put input just now?
Oh, I'll tell you what the target's parry score is.
Use this button when you have a parry rating.
I actually don't think. Yeah, the troll doesn't have a parry rating.
Alright,
so
so
0.
Okay, 0. Cool.
just leave it at 0 then, yeah?
Yep.
Yep, cool.
As Pearl's loosening
Good
her arrow, she copies
yes.
Borin and declares that she is delivering her gift to the troll. Here's your present!
I also rolled a Sauron's eye.
And it failed.
Oh. Someone rolled a Gandalf as well.
I got
Some rolled a
gift.
Gandalf
Gift
as well.
low.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have we got here? Lots of fails.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. Everything bouncing off of them.
Bridget succeeded, no surprise, considering she is an archer from Dale.
Yeah.
Yep.
The character invested in bows hit. Imagine that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a decent start.
Really? Because we all fail.
Well, that's just the opening volley. It's a thing you can do at the start of any fight. Is you just throw or shoot ranged weapons at them.
So
we're not into proper combat yet.
You've inflicted a piercing blow, which requires an armor check. And that injury rating, that's the target number that I need to beat on the armor roll. Naturally, trolls are pretty tough.
Oh yeah.
And he's not taking a wound from that. But you do inflict 4 points of endurance damage at least.
Which is decent.
However, Borin, you rolled an Eye of Sauron.
Okay.
Oh no.
Do I get the pain?
You don't get the pain. Oh.
Bad things happen.
Okay. I'm going to spend a point of hate.
A what?
Ooh.
A point of hate.
We have hope. We have hope. Andy has hate.
And
Gets
yeah,
what I get for
as
bad jokes.
like the troll starts to come towards you, pretty much all of the company have bows. You're able to sort of get them out, take very quick, hasty shots towards the direction of the troll with only one of you striking it. But Borin, you feel the bones that litter this larger cavern and the stone and earth starting to kind of slip and shake underfoot, kind of throwing you off balance quite a bit. But any of you with shadow lore might be anyone that's a warden, I think.
I'm a war. Oh, I've got shadow lore. Yep.
Yep. You can't help but notice that the troll is sort of muttering under its breath, and what little you can catch of it is in black speech. And it surprises you because trolls typically are too dumb to learn sorcery.
Oh no.
But this one
Smart.
clearly has. And then what the ranger that you met on your way here said about this one being particularly old and cunning starts to make sense.
It's like it's struck with a fireball.
Okay. Now we're moving into combat properly. Can you guys please pick what stances that you want to be in? Remember, for anyone that's in rearward stance, you need at least 2 companions that are in one of the 3 melee stances. Which means 2 people in this company can be in rearward, provided that the other 4 are in one of the melee stances.
I will start in open.
I'll probably start in open as well.
I'll start in forward.
I should be hiding at the back.
Same.
Oh, the troll has a token now.
Oh my
It's
god!
bigger.
I'm just using the
I love his eyes.
the one from Roll20.
So which one is it in then?
It doesn't actually need to be in a stance.
Oh.
Is it that big that it counts as multiple enemies for us?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Because the size of it, it's free to attack anyone that's in a melee stance.
Okay.
You'll treat it as whatever stance you're in, but he's free to attack any of you. He doesn't have to specifically engage with any one player.
Yeah, am I okay to stay in rearward, guys?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Boring would love for you to stay in rearward.
I'll maybe go defensive.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
No idea. Can't really remember how a lot of these worked. I know defensive had something, I can't remember if it added or subtracted dice.
Basically, it changes what your parry rating is depending on where you are, effectively. And also it changes other things.
Yeah.
And you lose 1d, your attack rolls lose 1d.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, in defensive, if you've got a shield, I believe you can do protect companion, which is quite good.
I don't know if I have a shield. I don't think I do.
I have a shield.
Oh no, I do have a shield, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, it's ticked.
The TNs to hit are a little bit different now in One Ring, so it doesn't affect your parry or anything like that.
Oh, right, okay.
You get those bonuses of, for forward stance, you get an extra d6 on your attack rolls, but any attacks made against you also get that bonus. You don't get any bonuses like that in open stance, and anyone trying to attack you in defensive stance loses.
Yeah.
1 die.
So does your attack. Okay, cool.
But you lose 1 die for each opponent that you're engaged with in defensive.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's not too bad, it's only 1.
I think that was the counter. In first edition, once your weapon skills got to a certain level, against most enemies, you could stay in defensive stance and reliably hit most enemies unless it was something really special.
I don't think we ever got to that point, but I could see that happening.
But the losing dice for every opponent that you're engaged with is the second edition's way of balancing that.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Sense. And yeah, if you're in rearward, you can shoot.
Yeah.
Cool. So initiative goes the same way as it did in first edition. Those that are in forward stance get to act first. So, Borin, you're up first.
And also keep in mind, if you're picturing this fight in your head, we're not like standing in static places. This game doesn't have movement. We are always moving up and everything like that. So feel free to pick combat, like.
So
continually moving.
A good way.
If you're in rearward, you're not necessarily standing at the back. Like you can be anywhere on the actual field of combat. It's just this is where you are for what your actual combat actions are.
Yeah, you're keeping those that are in melee between you and any opponents. Best way to think about it is like the scene in the Fellowship of the Ring when they're in Balin's tomb fighting the troll. And like everybody's kind of moving around, and some of them are dashing in and taking strikes at it, while like the hobbits are kind of at the back throwing rocks at it and stuff like that. But
it's one of my favourite combat systems of any role playing game because there's no movement or facing or anything like that. It kind of strips all that stuff out.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
Okay, Borin, you're up.
Indeed. So can I try to intimidate it then?
You can try and intimidate it. What page does that say? 102.
102.
Can I still attack if I try to intimidate it?
No, that's your action.
Fair.
So intimidate foe. You make an oral as your main action for the round. On a successful roll, the enemy's morale has been shaken. All opponents with Might 1 are made weary on their next attack roll. If the roll produces a single success icon, which is a 6 on the d6, then all adversaries with Might 2 suffer the same penalty. And if you get 2 or more 6s on your roll, it's applied to all adversaries in the fight, not just the ones that are engaged with you. It makes them weary for a turn. The troll was a Might 2 adversary, which means it's harder to kill and it's a bit scarier to face.
Yeah, it might be harder to intimidate too.
Yeah, it's hard to intimidate a troll.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to do it anyways.
Okay.
I'll basically do this for every battle from now on. I'll be like, I am Borin Orkbane, and I will bring you down.
Okay, give me the oral.
Yes, gotta introduce yourself to your enemies.
You gotta know who they're fighting.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't think that helps though.
No. If you were fighting something like an orc or something like that, it would have been fine. But yeah, the troll just kind of like you can still feel the ground and stuff shifting underneath you. The troll like is looking at you, but you have a feel it's more because it's still using whatever dark magic it's using on you than like it's actually paying attention to what you're saying. Okay, open stance. Idril or Sydney, which one of you wants to go first?
Do you have any particular plans for what you want to do?
Not at the moment. I think I was going to wait to see what Corrally Comrades did. So
that's
go ahead first.
That's kind of a healing type thing.
It's not in second edition. It's not.
Is it not? Is it different now? Cool. Wasn't sure. I think it's like a morale thing, so I'm not sure if we actually need to do it yet.
You can give
successful roll.
give people bonus dice essentially.
Yeah, those who are in forward stance get bonus attacks in the following round.
Yep, and if you get an extra 6, then forward and open, 2 6s, forward open, then defensive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, well, the only thing I was going to do was just attack with my spear.
Cool.
So, I'll go ahead with that then.
Go for it.
Go for it, go. Just Sydney grips the spear tight in both hands and lunges forward with it.
Okay. Give me the spear attack.
Yep. No bonus dice. Don't have to put anything in for parry, correctly?
Nope.
Yep, correct.
No parry,
Yep,
no
cool.
bonus dice. Open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take a lunge at it with
failed.
the spear.
How'd you roll a 0 on a d6?
You get 0 dice. 0 d6.
Are you not trained with spears?
I thought you were trained.
I have 2 in spears.
What?
Was it? You should have rolled 2 dice then, surely.
Yeah, it should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check your sickness sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to write in the bonus dice?
You shouldn't do.
No, you shouldn't.
The bows worked fine earlier for all of us.
Yeah.
It's because you've not there's the type roll. And
right.
You need to actually put spears there so it knows which dice pool it's pulling from.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
So yeah, you'll probably want to make sure you've got that.
Yeah.
Where's the...
down where the weapons are type. If you click on it, it gives you a drop down list.
Oh, right, I see now. Cool. Yeah. Just something I neglected when I was doing it before. Right. Cool. Right.
Okay, so just re-roll that now that you've...
Just re-roll it. Cool.
Fix that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
You hate to see
Oh
it.
no.
That was worse.
Take the first one. Just add the 2d6s.
Can you have the 5 and use the newly rolled dice?
Could use it either way, it's a fail. Wait, actually, if you rolled a 9 and added the 5, you would have a
14.
14.
Still fail because it's 18.
Still fails
targets.
18. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's using your whatever attribute that is.
Yeah.
Strength.
Okay. So yeah, you take a lunge at the troll with a spear. You probably hit the troll, but the hide and stuff is so thick and tough that wherever you've hit, the tip of the spear just sort of scrapes against
Bounces
it.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idril?
I'm going to take a swing at it with my longsword, whilst also kind of warning everybody that it's chanting some sort of... Is it magic, you said?
Yep.
Something like dark magic.
Yep.
And that this troll is most definitely is not normal. So we should all be very careful. I will...
What the...
What do you mean, Ranger?
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. So you have done a great success. There are 4 sort of options that you have for spending that 1 point that you've got. You can inflict a heavy blow, which allows you to do more damage. I need to double check what the other 3 do. Shield thrust, I think.
Is that the one here in special damage that's just on the battle map thing? So heavy blow, fend off, and pierce.
Yep.
3 things.
Heavy blow, spend 1 of your success icons to inflict additional damage equal to your strength rating.
Okay.
And you increase that endurance loss if the weapon that you're using is a 2-handed weapon by +1. Fend off, you can spend 1 of the success icons that you've got to modify your parry rating. for the round. By a +1 if you're using an axe, +2 if you're using a sword, or +3 if you're using a spear. Pierce. You can spend one of those successes to modify your feat die's numerical result to try and inflict a piercing blow. You modify the result by 1 if it's a sword, 2 if it's a bow, and 3 if you're using a spear.
Essentially, like, sorry, go on.
Essentially, if you'd like rolled a 9, for example, with a spear, to get a piercing blow, you'd need the Gandalf rune. But with that, you could spend your success to bump that 9 to a 12 for the purposes of potentially causing a wound.
Okay.
And then shield thrust allows you, if your strength is higher than your opponent's attribute level, you can spend the success to push the target back. Essentially inflicting a -1 d6 penalty on them for their next action. In this case, heavy blows probably.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Okay, so that would mean what's your strength rating?
7.
7. Okay, so you're doing 7 plus 5 from the sword. 12 endurance damage.
Oh,
nice.
That's quite a nasty amount.
Yeah, and that's a good one in this game.
Okay. Oh, trolls are nasty. 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So, probably at the same time as Sydney lunges in with the spear, you take a swing at the troll with your longsword. And you feel that the blade cuts through that stony hide and flesh, causing the troll to let out an anguished sort of growl. Okay. Ear.
Show us what you got.
The protect companion thing, how does that work?
That's on page 103. To protect a companion, you choose to protect another hero found in close combat. To do so, you make a battle roll as your main action for the turn. On a successful roll, the next attack aimed at the protecting hero loses 1 dice, plus another 1 dice for each additional success icon that you roll.
It's much easier than it was in first, actually.
Yeah.
Well, in first edition, you just did it, but you had to spend a point of hope to do it, unless it was your fellowship focus.
Yeah, and it was a weird one where you use your parry TN again instead of like theirs.
I might try that and see. Although, do I lose a dice?
You only lose a dice if you're attacking, I think, with the defense.
Okay.
So, yep.
I'll try protect companion. Does that just apply to everyone, or do I have to specify which person?
You specify which person that you're protecting.
that was the thing
because he's in forward.
Boren.
In first edition, it was you'd have to spend a point of hope to do it, unless it was your fellowship focus. You tend to find people will always do their fellowship focus.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll do it for. I think it's Boren in forward stance, isn't he?
Yeah. That's a wise choice because I'm about to make Boren hurt when it gets to my turn.
Do I put any bonus dice or anything?
Nope, no bonus dice or anything like that. And you're not losing any dice either.
Nope. Damn it! Always by 1.
Always by 1.
And
keep in mind you guys can spend hope, but you
I was
need
about to ask, can we spend hope?
Yeah, how do we spend hope?
You
in
need
this?
to do it before you make the roll, and it gives you an extra d6 to the roll.
Okay.
And yeah, fellowship works a little bit differently. Instead of spending like hope, you use it. You kind of divide it amongst players to help them recover hope. Cool. So yeah, you try and sort of get around the troll to kind of position yourself in front of Borin to try and help protect him if the troll decides it wants to smack him around. But you find it kind of difficult to get around the huge bulk of the troll, especially in this cavern. Rearward stance. Bridget or Peril, which one of you would like to go first?
You can go first if you like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let the Hobbit go first.
yeah, well, I was just
Makes
thinking
sense.
I was just gonna try and like distract the orc from making, like, he said he was muttering under his breath, so I wanted to try and distract him. I think the only way I can do that is really just by like firing arrows at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm worried about though is I can't accidentally hit my companions, can I? Because like if they're in there.
No, you can't accidentally hit your companions.
Okay, cool. Look, I've nearly done it a few times in other games. I need to be sure.
Yeah, no, you're good. You won't risk accidentally hitting anyone in one run.
Cool.
Yeah, but
right,
in one ring, there's a risk with every roll.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my bow, and I'm gonna she'll be hurling insults at it while she's doing it. Use this button when you have an adversary token to target. Do you want me to do that?
I suppose, yeah, you could.
Is
that what
choose
it's
the
asking
target.
for?
No,
What?
don't worry about it. Oh god,
Yeah,
I don't know what I did
about
there. I don't know.
Like
It told me to choose a target. Anyway.
Oh, that's the little target. I don't know what the target button actually does. Just roll the little dice, the icon on the left hand side of it. Yeah.
What?
No.
Curse of one underneath.
Oh no.
Just one short.
Feels like it gets harder and harder sometimes.
That's what she said. I mean, I'm sorry. We're supposed to behave on the stream.
Is your hurling insults at this troll? And you go to take this shot, which, like, even like Bridget, who's currently also shooting arrows at the troll in the cave, is pretty sure it should have hit. But as you take the shot, it turns around and growls at you, and it just makes you kind of miss just by like an inch. Bridget?
Fine.
Tough luck, Pearl. I will also just try and shoot it without much ceremony. Unlike Pearl, Bridget is pretty much silent while she's attacking Steph.
Grim determination.
He's like, your mother was a hamster!
And yeah, Pearl has put me off.
She hasn't half put you off. Like, that insult just kind of... What did she just say? Oh.
Oh shit, I was shooting. What?
Okay.
Blame the Turk. Everyone does. It's fine.
Boring.
I'm in danger.
You're in a lot of danger. Top of the troll getting an extra +1 dice. Because you're in forward stance. Because of the dark spells that he is using to make the ground underneath you betray you, he gets an additional +2 dice.
Ooh. Oh.
Which, lucky for you, only really benefit from one of those because the maximum dice pool size in the One Ring is 6d6.
Thank the
66.
lords.
What is your parry?
Let's see here. My parry is 17.
Anybody know?
Ooh. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh.
ISIS.
It's going to be painful.
I think it's gonna be more than painful.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
Extraordinary piercing blow.
Okay, give me an armor save first.
How do I roll that?
That is where your weapons are over to the
Protection.
right-hand
Maybe a
side.
wee
The
dice.
protection roll. Little, yep.
Do I need to take that in?
No, you don't need to take that in.
Can I use hope for this?
You can use hope for this. With your dice pool being what it is, you probably won't need it though. You've got 5 dice for your protection roll.
Dwarfs.
Dwarfs in their coats of mail.
I
of
want
mail.
to use one hope anyways because I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm intimidated.
We'll give you
Injury rating is
16.
16.
Yeah.
Submit. Bonus dice 1.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Hey.
Yep, you're all
Okay.
good. Okay. You still take some damage. I've still got dice to spend.
Oh no.
Let me double check the options that I've got again. Actually, their abilities work a little bit differently from yours. The troll knife doesn't have a special damage option. So all enemies can use heavy blow, but they can't use any of the other 3. So this is going to be a painful one. 5 damage plus it's a tribute level. 7, 14, 19 endurance damage.
Oh.
It's fine. I didn't want to have a living character for long anyways. So I have 9 endurance left.
Okay.
So on our sheets, do we take away from our current hope then, since he used the point of hope there?
No, that's his own hope.
Oh. Alright, cool. Never mind.
So you've got 9 endurance left, and your load at the minute is 17.
Yes.
So you are now weary.
Oh no! Oh no! It starts.
So yeah, like while you're firmly in the belief that coat of mail, that sturdy dwarvish made coat of mail that you're wearing and the helmet has probably kept your internal organs intact and like your brain inside of your skull. But the force of that, like the knife just hitting you, it's not even like it cuts you, it just sort of drives you into the wall.
Yeah.
With all the force.
Much like Frodo when he gets hit by the troll in the Lord of the Rings film. You're basically winded from it.
You can feel it like you're going to be bruised. It drives a lot of the air out of your lungs.
Yeah.
And it's painful. You know you've been in a fight. Okay, back around to you guys. Does anyone want to change the stance that they're in?
I would like to change away from forward to open.
Open. Okay.
Oh.
I will stay in open.
I think I'll stay in open.
Okay. No one want to go toe with a troll.
We all see that single hit and we're all like, okay, let's be a bit careful now.
Let's play a bit careful. Yeah,
that's fair. Okay.
I'll stay defensive.
Staying defensive. Cool.
Oh, Brody didn't even introduce himself.
he did. With his knife.
Nice to meet you.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no way for me to not be wary now.
No. Okay. Those of you in open stance, who wants to go first?
I'd like to take revenge, please.
Go for it. But be careful.
Yeah, well, what do I do here?
I'll check your sheet for you.
Just make sure in combat on the sheet you're clicked in open stance, and then everything should be fine.
Yeah, roll a little d12. Yeah.
I forgot to click rear stance last time.
Oh, I forgot to put defensive as well.
Yeah.
As did I. I don't know. I was in open stance.
It's
stance
default in open.
Oh, it didn't matter
Yeah,
for me because I did my.
Yeah,
fancy
you
move
use
anyway.
the move instead of attacking. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the thing. We have to
Bottom.
remember to change them on the sheet.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Sorry.
That's fine.
Hey,
Okay.
I didn't have my weapons put in properly.
Boring. Yep, if you just make your attack roll with your sword. The lovely orc bin.
Bonus dice.
You don't have any. Yep.
Target's parry, 0.
0. Okay. So it's a failure, and it's telling you it's failed because you're weary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yep. So yeah, like the weight of your sword feels really heavy in your hands, and you still try and take a swing at the troll, but like you kind of stumble a little bit as you're kind of got that forward momentum going. You swing a little bit short. Sydney or Idril?
I'll take another stab at it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Cool.
I'm probably still like trying to recover from that blow, to be honest. So it makes sense in my character feels a bit dizzy.
I mean, weary will do that to you. Trust me. Wait till you get miserable sometime. Oof.
I mean, that could happen today. I could even die today.
Well, this is supposed to be roleplay, not real life. I'm miserable anyway.
Miserable is a thing that can happen on journeys, and it's awful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put in as my experience from first edition. But cool. Just grip the spear tightly in both hands and go for it again. Boom. No.
Oh, come on.
What is this?
Let me spend a point of hate.
Yep.
Okay. As you lunge forward with your spear, you kind of overextend yourself and leave yourself quite open. And again, Idril, you see that troll sort of narrow its eyes, give this tusky-looking grin, and then start to mutter in dark speech. And Sydney, you can feel the ground underneath you start to kind of rock and shake and slip.
Okay. Like, I'll see this and I'll yell out to Sydney to kind of watch out, but by that point in time, it's probably too late.
Too late, yeah. Idril?
I guess I'll do the same as last time. I don't think there's anything I can really do in combat to try and help or give any of us any advantages in open stance, so I'll just with the longsword again.
Yep. Okay. Success. So you're able to cut it. It's not quite as deep a blow as the first swing that you took, but it's enough to hurt the troll at least a little bit. 5 endurance damage. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, again, you feel the edge of the sword bite into that hard skin, but yeah, not quite as deep. And you just get a grunt from the troll this time round.
I will, I think, hit it with my long axe. I'm not going to try and do the combat task thing.
Cool.
So I've put it in defensive stance, and
Hopefully.
bonus dice has already added the -1.
Cool.
Parry?
0.
0. Cool. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What is this?
I'm already cursing Sydney, so fine.
Jeez.
Yep, like
How many have we rolled so far?
A few.
This is what a random number generator does instead of actual dice.
Luckily, I'm not using
this round already.
Not using the eye awareness mechanics quite yet. So hoping to get you through your first adventure before before you start drawing the attention of the agents of Sauron. Like there's no excuse in your case. There's no magic making the ground wobble or shake underfoot. You just get unlucky, hit a patch of loose stone and bone.
Skid on someone's femur.
Yep. Sort of skid, fall on your backside instead of hitting the ogre or troll with the axe. Okay. Peril or Bridget?
You can go first this time.
Right. Let's try again.
Yeah. Better for her to shoot first so she doesn't get distracted by the curses.
There we go.
Hey.
Okay. 4 endurance damage. Just checking something with that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, Bridget, your arrow strikes true, pierces the troll's hide enough that it stays embedded in its back, but it doesn't look like it's too deep, but enough to start wearing it down. Peril.
Right. So she's seen Borin set this hit, and like she loves Borin. He's her hero. He's her idol, and she's a bit miffed. So I'm gonna spend this as point of hope.
Okay.
So I'm gonna notch that down to 17, and it rolled down. Why did it roll down? And then she's gonna draw on her bow, and she's going to shout, "Your grandmother soaks her socks in goat's cheese," and then throw her dice. So bonus dice is 1, yeah?
Yep, +1.
And then there you go.
Hey.
Boom.
Okay.
Bonus +1.
Shoot him in the toe.
Yep. Okay. So you land an arrow. Again, it embeds itself into the troll's thick hide. Again, not particularly deep, but you're slowly starting to hedgehog it. Your little short bow doesn't quite have the piercing power of the slightly larger bow used by Bridget. Okay. The troll. Sydney, unfortunately, you're in its sights.
Oof.
Okay. It's not a piercing blow. It's not quite the excellent success Borin had to deal with. But it's still going to be quite painful. 12 endurance damage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't have to put in, you just take down.
And I believe you're now weary. Yep.
The troll get like extra dice just being a troll.
It's getting the extra dice because it keeps cursing people.
Yeah.
But in order for it to curse you, you need to roll an acid run.
Right.
It's just that bad luck.
Yeah.
It can do other things. I've just not had it do those other things yet.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you feel the blunt. That blunt. Calling it a knife is a bit. If it was human sized, it would be a sword.
Yeah.
But it's blunt and rusted, and it's almost like a club hitting you.
Oh. It's like a metal club, yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
Okay. Anybody want to change stance?
I'll go into forward.
I will shift into defensive.
I was going to go to forward as well, Sophie, so there we go. Okay.
The
Can you have more than one in forward?
No, the cameras have froze because I've had Discord minimized for so long because I've been...
Alright, cool. I had to refresh just to make sure.
Okay.
It does that.
This feels like a do sort of... Cool, okay. Idro. And you start to become a little bit more aggressive. While Borin and Sydney, you take a back step and keep your guard up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Ear or Idro, which one of you wants to go first?
I'll go first, Sophie.
Yeah, I'll go first. So forward, stance, weapon, axe, bonus dice, no parries.
No parry, nope.
Hey.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that axe hits hard.
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
6.
So yeah, you take a swing at it with your long-hafted axe. You can see
Her name is Bunty.
Those stony-looking scales come flying off. Nice. Okay. Getting close to the point where I might want to start spending hate for other things. Idro?
I'll do the same as before. And that's with one bonus dice this time, yeah. Oh, need to change myself into forward stance.
It adds automatically if you're selected forward stance.
Cool. Ah, so it does, yeah.
Unless you're spending hope.
I'd then be rolling, what, 5 dice? With your 4 dice, should...
I've only got 3.
Okay.
Hey.
Yep.
Great success.
Nice. That's another solid hit with your longsword.
Can I use that one great success to do a heavy blow?
Yeah. So yeah, you lunge in, take a heavy swing with your longsword, and like similar to the first time you struck the troll, it cuts a lot deeper. That's 12 damage.
I have a feeling this next good.
I'm gonna spend a point of hate.
Oh. You have to spend hate. That tells you how we're doing.
Okay. It feels like your sword should have cut deep, but as you sort of finish the swing and look at the point where you cut, there's a little bit of damage there, but not as much as you felt that it should have been.
Witchcraft.
No one in open stance. Sydney or Borin?
You may go first, Sydney.
Cool. After falling back a little, not really much else I can do, but grip both hands on the spear and go for it. I'm going to spend a point of hope this time to try and give myself that extra bonus.
Okay.
So, spear. Which means I take bonus to 0 now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know.
Okay. The spear feels heavy in your hands. You're trying to keep your guard up at the same time as you're striking. And like again, you might actually hit the troll, but like your arms feel so heavy and bruised that it just kind of scratches the hide. Borin?
Yes. I am also gonna use a hope, and I'm gonna swing my orc bane. Bonus dice 0 done, yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait to give you an actual orc bane.
Don't worry, at this rate you might not have to.
Yeah, again, the sword is feeling heavy in your hands. You swing at the troll. You even hear the metal strike. But it turns out that you've just hit stone. Pero or Bridget?
Pearl hears Borin strike it, like cursing up a storm.
If that motivates Pearl to go first, then by all means.
I was just wondering if I could use my song skill to sing like a ridiculous insulting song at the orc, but that's not what I'm gonna do. It's a troll anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, she's gonna launch another attack with her bow with another insult that I have completely not thought of because I was wondering what I could use song for in my she's just gonna hurl another insult at him and throw a do I want to do another bit of hope? Can I throw like a sword at him? No.
It'd be less effective than shooting it with the bow.
I'm just gonna go roll and I fucking knew it.
Oh.
Yeah. You just fire into a wall. Real good. Okay, Bridget.
Now Pearl is also cursing up a storm.
Bridget is trying to block out the string of expletives coming from her side and down a bit.
And from the dwarf.
Well, he's all the way over there. I imagine Pearl's sort of closer, but yeah.
A lot more sophisticated than Lake Town.
Whoa, there we go.
Ooh, okay.
Piercing blow.
Ooh.
And a Gandalf.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, let me make that armor roll.
Although, I expect the troll's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hey!
Okay.
Oh, yes.
That is a wound.
Ooh, nice.
Does that mean he's also wounded now?
It's wounded, yep.
Hell yeah.
It's missing a finger.
It's okay. Creatures with might 2 require 2 wounds to die. Okay. So yeah, you draw your bow back, you let the arrow fly. Again, it pierces into the hide of the troll, but you see it punch a lot deeper. It's only really the shaft that's sticking out, and you've hit it in a soft spot, maybe around about the neck. It lets out this sort of gargled growl in your direction. Fortunately for you, your companions are still in the way, so it can't reach you. Okay, the troll is up. It's going to take a swing at the ranger. The ranger's actually scored a few decent hits on him.
Yep.
Fair.
Refresh the cameras, please.
Very fair.
Bit taller than me.
Yeah.
My party's 19.
See, easier to see him.
I'm hiding in his coat.
Yeah.
My God.
It swishes to the side.
Yep, it swings its big, heavy, blunt knife at you, you being quite agile and light in your feet, you're able to duck under it and avoid, like, maybe even do like fancy little combat roll type thing underneath the blade and avoid being hit. Nice, okay. Anybody changing stance?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm going to shift into open.
Okay.
I will stay in forward.
I'll stay in forward.
Okay.
I was thinking about running in a little bit, but not. I don't know if open might be a bit much for Pearl. No, I'm gonna stick with, and I'm gonna stick with the
Peppering it with arrows.
Yeah, I think that's my best option.
Okay. So yeah, like Sydney and Boren, like you kind of come off the back foot, shift to being a little bit more active in your engagements with the troll. Idro and you keep pushing that offensive. Which one of you wants to go first?
You wanna go first?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go
the
first.
camera's frozen again.
Camera's frozen again.
Hop out behind my coat.
Jump. As your coat swishes away, I suddenly appear.
Combat roll, the dwarf leaps over.
How much hope can I spend as well?
1 per turn.
Alright, so I will spend a hope. That bonus dice goes up to 2. Target parry?
0.
Same.
Yep.
Yay!
Nice.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
the camera's not frozen. Hell yeah.
So yeah, you leap over Idro as he tumbles out of the way of that knife blow. You sort of bring your axe down across the forearm of the troll, and sort of lets out a roar as the axe blade slices into it.
Ooh.
Let's spend another point of hate. Yeah, why not? Spend hate. Okay. You leave a slight scratch in the hide. You're fairly sure that you should have cut at least a little deeper than that.
Andy, you're gonna have to do something about Discord because it's frozen again.
I think it's just going to keep happening because...
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's every time
Only
you click off
when-
it. Yeah.
If you have Discord open, still like a window open, just minimize, like, and make it small on the screen. Does that make any difference?
Let me... no, because it messes around with the size of the cameras. What I could do instead is I could move Roll20 down to my second screen.
Yeah.
Try that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that should.
Just reorganize the image.
No, I need to reorganize the thing. But yeah, I think changing Discord to the second monitor is probably the better option there.
Discarded doc says instead of clicking off, use the keyboard shortcut to switch windows. It should ignore the switch.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll give
Thank
that a
you.
try.
Yep. Then I have to remember which. Oh, that's just a window. No, is it just a window key? It's not just a window key.
Window tab.
It'd be control tab for Windows.
No.
It's Alt tab to switch between windows.
Oh,
Alt tab.
That's if.
Alt tab, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Then that was
me.
Yep, Idro, you're up.
Well, why not? Let's go with Father Footsteps and use a point of hope as well then. Just, why not?
Hope is slightly easier to recover in the second edition.
Let's put
It
that
sounds it.
down to 9. Let's roll that. Bonus dice 2. And submit. and submit.
Hey.
Success. Another solid sword strike. It's like you sort of spring back up onto your feet after the tumble and sort of cut across the ribs. Okay, yep. Sydney or Boren?
I'll give you a thumbs up as well, as I kind of coming from my roll.
I will strike with hope.
Everyone using the hope.
Yes.
They realise it gives them bonuses, yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus dice 1. Come on. Yes!
Oh!
Hey.
It's okay. Great success.
Nice.
Heavy blow, Boren? Is that what you want to spend that success on? More damage?
I do also have dour-handed.
Dour-handed.
Adds +1 to my strength rating on a heavy blow.
Nice, yeah. So,
Nice.
normally you would be adding
6.
so you add 7. Yep. Are you using your axe one or two-handed?
I forgot I had keen weapon.
I am currently using it one-handed.
Sword one-handed. Yep, cool. Okay. So 7 extra damage on top of the 5 that it already does. It's 12. Oh, goddamn. Spending hate. Still doing 5 damage. Okay. Yep. You cut with your sword, Orcbane. It cuts quite deep into the troll, although again, like everyone else, you feel like if it was a lesser adversary, it would have done more damage, but like, the troll is tough and scary and clearly using dark magics to its advantage.
Yep.
Sydney?
Yes, I'm actually going to try and enhearten a rally comrade.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to spend hope as well to add an extra dice to it.
Yep.
So that means I'm rolling enhearten.
Yep.
With 1 bonus dice. No, fail. Because I'm weary.
Okay. Yeah.
Weary will do that.
You like prop yourself up in your spear and you try to sort of like it's weakening, but like you kind of start your ribs and stuff are still sore from taking that hit that your words just kind of come out as a cough and a splutter.
Yeah.
Okay, Peril or Bridget?
You can go.
It's my turn to go first. Just being so
It's
polite and backwards and forwards.
It's my turn on the Xbox.
Yep.
Nice.
You impale the thick, scaly hide of this troll with another arrow. You can sense that the lumbering creature is slowing a little bit from the sheer amount of abuse that it's taken. Peril.
Right. How difficult is it to regain hope?
Being a hobbit, you have a ton of hope anyway. But your party has a pool of fellowship points, which are generally equal to the amount of party members +1 from having a man of Bree in the company. So you've got a massive pool of 7 fellowship points, and you guys can spend those to recover your hope throughout the session. Essentially, your party members are encouraging one another, bonding with one another, and that justifies the regaining hope through fellowship.
Okay, but then is fellowship difficult? You said per
fellowship recovers per session, or some people house rule it per adventure. I've not decided which one I'm going to go for yet, but at the moment per session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up then.
I think that's to encourage you to spend hope more, because people would kind of tend to hoard it a bit more in first edition.
That's what I was just thinking, yeah.
Especially like elves and dwarf players who start with really low hope compared to some other people.
Yeah.
Okay, well in that case, Pearl's going to spend 1 hope, and she's gonna hit him again with her bow. And I'm sorry, but I've no more insults. Oh, I forgot to put the 1. Sorry. And it's clicked onto that anyway. That's fine.
It's a piercing blow.
I don't know why.
Piercing blow anyway.
Okay, so can I knock my hope back up then? Because I didn't use it.
Yeah, since you didn't apply it, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't even do it as it says I did it as Mashashi.
Okay,
anyway.
did a little bit of damage. Injury, so I need to make an armor roll. Against 14 for the short bow. Oh, yeah, nah. Your arrow doesn't seem to pierce any deeper than it normally would. You are successfully wearing the huge creature down, but like that would have been
purely
so nice.
by insults, though. It's like it's
purely by insults.
That's hurt the most. Yeah.
Okay. You're up for taking the swing from the troll.
Oh shit.
Might as well balance the swings at all the melee combatants. So roll. What's your parry rating?
Where would that be?
On the right-hand side of the
right-hand
character
side.
sheet.
Yeah, under wits.
Under wits.
Under wits. I've got a total parry of 17.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh.
Let's hit you for 5 points of endurance damage.
Okay. Where do I take down? Where do I put down the amount?
Current endurance.
It's your current endurance under strength.
Okay, that would be 23. Okay.
So yeah, it hits you. It's not quite the same amount of force that you've clearly seen it hit your companions with. But yeah, well significant.
Leave a bruise.
Yep. Anybody changing stance?
No, I'm good.
Nah,
I'm good.
I'll stay.
I'm gonna forward stance.
Do.
And I'd like to throw my shield aside to like two-hand my sword.
Okay. Grab the sword two-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can I ask a question? This, it's the dots that it tells us that's our proficiency, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what is the actual difference between, like, is it like you get an extra dice?
Extra d6 per dot. Yeah. So like your bows is 3 and your sword is 1, so you're a lot better at shooting.
Yeah, I know. There's literally no reason for me to change stance at all. Ever.
The only time it's useful is if you're outnumbered and you have to fight in close combat.
Yeah, if we're outnumbered, you can't fight for ranged.
Rearward, yeah. But you need to be outnumbered by more than 2 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sticking.
Okay. So, Borin, or Idril, which one of you wants to?
Borin.
Borin?
You can go, yeah. You want revenge on this thing.
I'm using a point of hope as well.
Okay.
I want to see that. 2 bonus dice.
Yep.
Piercing
blow. That is what we're looking for. And you're using it two-handed, so the injury rating is 20. Okay.
Nice.
Yep. Let's roll that armor. Save them. 20. Okay.
Oh,
Borin.
Gandalf fail.
Yes, Gandalf.
Yes!
How do you kill the troll?
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
So, I kind of imagine like there's some kind of place a little bit higher up. So I'm gonna like climb a pair of rocks and I will jump and slash at its neck.
Okay.
Jump off my shield. Give you a lift.
Yeah.
I will jump off. Okay, yeah, that sounds better.
I'll lift it up and hold it, and you just go doing.
Yeah. I will jump at a shield and decapitate the troll.
Nice. Yep. Your sword slices through the thick, scaly hide of the troll. To your surprise, it goes the whole way through. The troll still has this confused, almost like can't believe it's dead.
Yeah.
Expression on its face.
Mm-hmm.
And as the noise of battle dies down, all of you are drawn to the whimpering noise of Tom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the wheezing of Sydney leaning on his spear, like, ouch! Oh! 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 Oh!
Good God. Good insult back there, Pearl. Thanks, Yer.
We did it. We did it. Na 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 na. Woo! Yeah! High five.
I'll high five Yer for that shield. Oh, that was cool.
Okay.
A bit close though.
You should keep an eye on Mr. Tom over there.
Like the bit close at the start.
Yeah.
Dead rather.
With those two big heavy hits.
Yeah.
So Bourne is gonna walk up to Tom. Was that his name?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that, Tom, is why you don't run ahead of us.
Yeah,
Very
don't run ahead.
Point.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll sheath my sword and run up to Tom. Echo what Boren has said, but also ask him to let me have a look at that leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard it snap.
Yeah. You got healing as a skill?
I do. It's only got two points in it, but it is favoured. Is there anything around, like, actually, of course, there's something around.
You can use
bone.
the bones to.
Yeah,
to
I was using
reset
the
his
bones to
bone.
make the bones to make a makeshift kind of splint for his legs and all that stuff. Oh God, that's morbid.
But it
Too
works.
late, you're doing it now.
Yep.
Group storytelling.
Right. Let's roll for healing then, and hope I don't fail horribly. Don't feel horribly, but failed nonetheless.
Fail.
It-
That's
Did
unfortunately.
you spend hope? No,
I did not.
Well, Pearl thinks what he's doing is disgusting, and because she thinks it's disgusting, she's looking elsewhere. And, yeah, she kind of just like, ugh, and looks away, just kind of, and then she's like, huh, what's over here? And just kind of like sees to see if she can see out from, because I mean, it is a troll layer, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a troll
Bridget
layer.
is also just not even paying Thomas any attention. She does not care about him at all. So I will accompany Pearl in having a look around.
Okay.
Bourne will be pretty quiet while taking like deep breaths because pain. But he's also going to keep an eye on Pearl to make sure she's safe.
She's not wandering off. She's literally just like stood, like with the group, and she's kind of like.
So.
Yeah.
Second edition has a resting mechanic. Technically, first edition did as well. Where as long as you've not been wounded, and you're taking some time after a combat encounter, you can regain a amount of endurance equal to your strength rating.
Okay.
None of you were wounded. Some of you took some pretty heavy blows to your endurance. But like, to explain, endurance loss is more like bruises.
Rolling with the punches. Yeah.
You're exhausting yourself. Maybe minor fatigue, minor cuts and scrapes. It's not any lasting injuries, and so it recovers a lot quicker. While wounds are longer lasting hindrances to your character that actually take healing to recover and take a bit of time, but they also slow down the rate that you recover endurance. So
we get back whatever our strength rating is.
Yeah.
Go.
6 in my case. That means I have 15.
2 for me, so I'm up to 12.
Okay.
I am not wary anymore.
Hey.
As long as I don't use my shield.
Cool. Those of you who are looking around, the trolls' belongings. So initially it looks as if you're only really finding things like old gnawed bones and skulls and the likes. But you start to eventually uncover this troll's hoard of treasure. You find a few skins of wine, and a brace of stolen chickens that are starting to rot a little bit. Reckon with some cooking expertise, there might be enough meat on them that you could save it with the right seasoning. But the wine is still good. You find scattered as if from the pockets of some of the victims a few silver coins that have clearly been minted in brie, some of which are covered in what looks to be tooth plaque, as if the troll has used the coins for picking its own teeth.
Of course it has.
But there's enough of them to be the equivalent of 1 point of treasure. You find a purse off of the remains of what looks like it might have been a merchant at some point. That seems to be quite sizable. And it's worth seems to have about 10 points of treasure worth of coins in it.
That's a fair old whack of treasure as far as the first edition was concerned.
But what is treasure good for?
It has a few uses. Usually during the fellowship phase, I'll explain what it does when we get to that point.
Unlike some role-playing games, you don't have to use it for everyday life.
Oh.
You're expected to have some kind of job, usually.
Yeah.
So, Peril, you're a treasure hunter. Could you give me a scan roll? I'm going to give you +1 dice to it.
1 bonus.
1 bonus. Bridget, you can also give me a scan roll, but you won't gain the extra bonus die.
Fine, I am terrible at scanning, so...
And I also scan because I'm basically looking in the same direction.
Okay, they're actually handling the coins. So for Bridget, the coins they look fine to you. Silver coins, just as valuable as the next. Peril, you sort of clang 2 of the coins together, and the noise doesn't sit well with you. It's very tinny. And like, even being a hobbit, you find that you can bend these coins with enough pressure, which shouldn't be. The majority of the coins in this pouch are counterfeit, fake coins, with only enough of the coins that add up to 1 point of treasure actually being real.
Oh man.
You also, amongst the bones and stuff in the cavern, find the bones of a dwarf. With a pouch on his belt that has some dwarvish minted coins in it, which are real and worth 2 points of treasure. There's a necklace made out of gold, although the make of it implies it's maybe from somewhere south. Maybe the Dunlingdon people south of here have made it. It's also worth 2 treasure. You find a finger with a ring still attached to it. The ring is worth 2 treasure, the finger is worth no treasure.
My precious.
Right, okay. So is this just what Pearl's found?
Between the two of you. And Borin, if he's also looking around for things.
He is currently over where Idro is tending to Tom because he's quite worried about him as well.
Although, yeah, Borin and Sydney probably are the ones resting the most out of the company since...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that while he is looking in Pearl's direction every now and again.
You just keep your eye on the Hobbit.
Scanning.
Yeah.
Scanning. So you're looking around for stuff. So it's Idro's tending to Tom, Sydney and Borin are resting, and the other 3 you're all looking around the room for treasure. So you find a puzzle box that is clearly of dwarfish craftsmanship. I'm going to say that it is that has found it. So if you could give me a craft roll, please.
Actually, I am favored in that.
All dwarfs are pretty good at craft.
Any bonus dice?
No.
Oh.
Did you fail? You fiddle around with the box for a while, but you can't quite figure how to open it at this moment in time.
Or later.
There is another box in here, also of the dwarvish make, but it's simply a box for carrying things. And it has a few pieces of jewellery and rings made by the dwarfs. At a glance, in Borin, you can tell that these pieces of jewellery are made in the Blue Mountains. They're worth 10 points of treasure.
Oh.
And
also some fine treasure.
There is also a coffin in here with a nameplate on it that, if you read it out loud, Sydney will be able to tell you that person was a notorious miser. And if
that prick deserves what he got.
Miser's someone that hoards all their money.
Ebenezer Scrooge, like.
Yeah.
At this point,
thank you, Shabby J, for following.
At this point,
is this all Tom's uncle's treasure there?
That's not Tom's uncle. No,
that's not Tom's uncle. Yeah.
Another miser.
Another miser.
Name out loud, if you say that name out loud, Sydney suddenly appears at your shoulder. Wait, what? Oh, him? Never bought around ever.
So we don't need to worry about pilfering all this, and Pearl's just kind of like reaching for the chest and opening the lid and just kind of getting ready to throw everything into this dwarvish chest.
The last thing that you find, strapped to a half-eaten leg.
Oh, here we are.
Is a map. And Idro, as this map is sort of uncovered, Tom almost shoots up from where he's lying. That's me Uncle Tim's map. That's me Uncle Tim's leg.
Down, boy.
I'm gonna kind of push him down, stop him from breaking any more bones.
Yeah.
Don't want your leg
imagine he
like that.
Shoots up, tries to take a step on the bad leg, and just collapses again.
Who picked up the leg?
If nobody else is brave enough to pick it up, then
I will
will
at
quite
least.
happily Bridget up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Probably
would
still
grab the
fiddling with the
map if I
box.
saw it. You know.
Who would be less the least squeamish about picking up the?
Well,
I would not do
Yeah.
it at all.
I have no qualms about it, but I'm
Yeah.
tending to Tom, so.
yeah. Bridget is
Boring.
fine. She's a huntress. She's used to picking up limbs and skinning them and stuff.
Yeah, Bridget, you pick up the leg.
Boring. Treasure into my chest. I ain't touching no thing. Or well, actually no. She might touch the ring on the finger, but she's gonna like get the gold of the ring, and she's just gonna kind of like wiggle it out, and yeah.
That's when you notice the finger's curled.
No. She's just gonna tip it
have-
the other way around. Tip it the other way around.
Now,
Rigor mortis, and it's like this.
even without looking at the map, could all of you give me a lore roll, please?
Yeah.
Plus.
Oh, I'm terrible at lore. Excellent.
Yeah, I am as well. Don't have any points in it, so.
Candle. All right, let's see.
Oh, my lore comes from the Shire, so it's gonna be crap.
What have we got here?
A bit of folklore. Was it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
What your speciality's doing this edition though is if you spend hope on the roll, you get 2 dice instead of 1 if you have a relic speciality.
Yeah.
So okay, that's fail. Sydney fail.
Yeah.
You're too tired to think straight. Peril, okay, that's a good success. Idril, good success. Okay, actually, it makes perfect sense.
My character is currently like berating Tom also for being so eager to get up with the leg.
Now, Peril, you obviously heard about Bilbo Baggins' journey and his encounters with trolls and the sorts of treasures that him and Thorin's company found in a troll hoard. And while there's plenty of shiny things here, it feels a little underwhelming and disappointing to you. A few pieces of jewellery, a few coins, and a few other things aren't quite swords of ancient elvish make and shiny suits of glimmering mithril armour or magic rings. Idril, being a ranger, you're well aware that trolls are notorious hoarders. And for such an ancient troll, the hoard of treasure here in this cave seems a little small.
Sorry.
This troll, being as old as he is, has probably had to move layers a number of times over the years. And this layer seems fairly new, which explains why it's only been fairly recently. He's probably been disturbing the graveyard in Bree. And you're also fairly sure that the treasure here probably isn't Uncle Tim's. Both of you, both Peril and Idril, you're both pretty sure that the treasure here is a troll treasure. It has nothing to do with Uncle Tim. The only thing to do with Uncle Tim in this cave is the leg and the map that is attached to it, and obviously Tom. Tom, whoever has the leg or has the map, Tom will address. Can you bring the map over?
I'll take the map off the leg and bring them both over and put the leg in Tom's map and then have a look at the map myself.
Wait, you'll put the leg in the map?
Drop the leg.
His hand in his hand.
He kind of panically brushes it off his lap and then tries to peer up and look at the map.
You hear Boring laugh at this.
Don't be mean, guys.
Yeah, don't be mean.
I suppose. Well, I think he's an idiot, but yeah, I'll eventually allow him to to see it as well.
That isn't far from here. It's one of the barrows that are here.
I'm sort of peering over his shoulder at it as well.
So, can you tell which one we're in now?
Presumably this used to be a barrow, I think. That one's probably maybe half a day from here. Further into the downs.
He'll look at the others to see what the initial reaction is to finding out that this is within the treasure is close.
Boren doesn't really seem to care much, but he looks at Pearl.
Because we didn't agree to get the treasure.
Agreed.
Yet.
Yeah. Sydney looks very interested.
Mate,
he's heard tales of this treasure for years.
Going by the amount of money that Uncle Tim was able to loan out over the years.
I've heard all the stories.
Either there's a lot of treasure there, or
there's none left because he loaned it all out.
I'm just saying, nobody else knows where it is yet, so surely it is responsible of us to go find it and not just leave it there untended for the next 10 centuries. Like, we are unpolluting the forests of this mineral and man-made items that are just left somewhere.
Pearl, you could just say that you want to go get treasure.
I would rather you just be truthful, so I'm trying to sugarcoat it.
I don't think you're fooling anybody.
I can imagine like Pearl standing there saying all this, and we all just sort of turn and look at her with a very like,
protecting the world.
Yeah.
Well, I'm of a mind to find it. Clearly, Tom knows where it is. With this map now, nobody in Bree is going to let this go.
No,
we might as well try and find it before more idiots. And I look to Tom.
Try and find it.
Make their way back into the barrows and end up getting themselves killed. Well,
see?
Yeah.
I was in the right path. See, I was almost there.
You don't make a good you just wanted the treasure.
Yeah.
No.
You're not fooling anyone, Pearl. In any case, since you're going, I'm going.
Yay!
Tom, you're staying here. Or you're not.
I don't think that's going to be safe.
I don't want to leave him here with that, but he can't come with us.
Tom, if we take you with us, can you promise to not get yourself killed?
He kind of motions to his mangled leg.
He can't really promise that.
I don't see myself sneaking anywhere anytime soon.
Well, we have two options. We either take him with us, or we take him back to Bree and then go look for the treasure.
The treasure's half a day's trek away.
Will he be able to manage that?
Probably a full day if you're taking Tom with you and he has the hobble. But...
Yeah, and we're and we had to trek for about a day and a half to get here in the first place.
Yeah. Which, in terms of how big Eriador isn't
a lot.
Not a large, long journey.
For scale, look at the map.
You've got your ponies for carrying treasure and stuff. They're probably outside. I don't imagine any of them would have wanted to come into a cave that smells like death like this.
Would the ponies be able to carry him, though?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, they could probably carry him.
That's a point.
But it will reduce the amount of treasure that they can carry.
I'll carry some.
I'm keeping the dwarvish stuff with me.
Oh, Pearl.
I'll share it with Boren.
Now, in terms of
have a look at that box.
terms of treasure and carry capacity, every point of treasure counts as 1 point of extra load that you're carrying.
Yeah.
Oh. How much?
But you do have something like you've got like 4 ponies or something like that between the company.
Yeah.
Each of them can carry 10 points of treasure each. So
yeah.
How heavy is Tom?
Tom will probably take up 1 pony's worth of treasure carrying.
Yeah.
And
then all this treasure can just get loaded into pony bags.
The dwarven.
Didn't I get like a mount rather than a pony? Because of being from Lake Town.
You have a better quality one, I think. Is the.
I don't know whether.
I think it was based. Was it based on
off your
like,
standard
living standard?
Yeah.
Living standard. Yeah. We've got 4 ponies and/or horses.
5 minutes.
Right.
Yep. Hobbits, Hobbit ponies, and full-size pony.
I just wasn't sure if that was like a cargo only pony or if it was like a riding horse or what it was.
Well, the intention of that particular role in this game is for like carrying capacity and stuff like that.
So
more than anything.
Pony, like they have a figure rating, which is essentially, if you guys gain any travel fatigue during your journey, your pack animals can help you reduce it by an amount equal to their figure rating, but each pack animal can only hold 10 points worth of treasure, regardless of.
Between everything that was found in the barrel there was 17 points worth.
Okay, that's not. It's not going to overload your ponies at all. Then no one's going to have to carry any excess.
Question.
We're also gonna nick the ring though, because she wants to be like a treasure hunter.
Oh, yeah.
No, the ring was worth 2. So.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Holy shit! For 1 ring.
I wrote them all down. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it all down. The intention of treasure in this game is that you don't necessarily keep that stuff. You somehow sell it on, and that's what the money. The treasure points represent the money you get for selling that stuff.
If you ever come across any magical pieces of jewelry, they don't have a load associated with them, but like mundane stuff.
Yeah.
Fine. I shall put it in the box of all the rest of the treasure that she was rolling in.
But yeah,
the dwarven jewelry was that 10.
It was 10 points. Yeah,
10. Yeah.
There was 10 points. Then there was 2 points worth of dwarven coins, 2 points for a necklace, 2 points for a ring. There was also 1 point worth of counterfeit coins.
There was 9 points worth of counterfeit coins.
Is it worth me telling them? Can we still get rid of the counterfeit stuff? Do we reckon?
If you use the counterfeit coins, you will gain shadow points for misdeeds.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the actual...
No, but they don't know that they're counterfeit. I do.
Yeah, so if you use them, you will gain.
But if I don't tell them, they won't.
You will gain shadow points for their using them.
Oh, God.
Okay. Pearl's gonna be like, we don't need them, they're fake. Leave them.
Oh, and Sydney's like, oh, right, okay, never mind.
Right.
Tom's looking at all the silver coins that you seem to be ditching here in the troll cave. Like how do you know they're fake?
Nah.
Pearl, can you show us?
Just like bites into it. Look, softer than out.
Damn, that's very weak.
Oh, they're shaved. Yeah.
Soft as butter.
And it's fake.
Could spread this on me toast.
16 points worth of treasure then.
Yeah.
No, the pouch of coins, it should have been 10. Only 1 point in there.
There was 1 point of the ones that had tooth plaque on them as well.
The other 9 points of treasure that it could have been are fake.
Yeah.
So, and like when it comes to silver, like 1 silver coin isn't a point of treasure. You're talking like 20, 30 silver coins is like a point of treasure. So there's a lot of fake silver coins that Perro's just like ditching out of this pouch.
But yeah, I put the dwarven jewelry on my horse, so 10 points of treasure there.
Yeah, I'm keeping that box.
So, like, keep in mind, by the time that you reach the cave here, you're already like halfway through a day's worth of march.
Okay. Two things. Firstly, the webcams have frozen, and how much longer are we going to go on? Because
we'll be wrapping up. So pretty much as soon as you guys are getting ready to leave the cave, that's pretty much what I'm planning
my
on.
dog's been doing laps around the house trying to go for a
on
wee,
ending the
bless him.
session. So yeah, you guys, once you've rested up, once like you're in and out, maybe loading stuff up onto the ponies, loading Tom up onto the ponies.
Use my shield to drag him out.
And yeah, if you're throwing Tom onto a pony, you can probably move quicker. But you'll be reaching this barrow by nightfall.
In Middle Earth.
It's common folklore enough. The dead that lie in the barrows here in Eriador are restless, and maybe interrupting their sleep during the nighttime hours is unwise.
Best of plans, yep.
So we'll leave it.
Set up a perimeter.
Leave it there. It's the end of session 2.
Yay!
There isn't much left of this adventure beyond the barrow and things, but we finish that off next session and also deal with the fellowship phase, which is the downtime stuff. And maybe even introduce the next adventure during the next session.
May I use some fellowship?
Thank you.
Yeah, so you guys might want to decide now how you're going to split the 7 points of fellowship that you've got between each other to recover hope.
How many did we all use?
I didn't spend any hope, so
I used 1.
I used 2.
I used 4.
2.
4.
Yeah.
How many points of hope have you got left?
7.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, I've got 17, and my dog really needs a wee. Are you all right if I leave you doing that and dip out?
Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you all very much for the session.
No
Much love, everyone.
Catch you next time. Bye. So you've got 7 points. Sophie, you spent 1. Steve, you spent 1. Emma, you didn't spend any.
No.
Roddy, you spent 2. Mash spent 2. And David, you spent 4. Okay. 7. Okay, so only 5 of you spent hope, so you could split 1 each.
Yeah.
So that would be help you all recover 1 point of hope, and then the remaining 2 probably best given to Borins. Dwarfs don't have particularly high hope to begin with.
Yep. I'm cool with 15 out of 16. That works.
We can count that as while you're resting up in the cave, the sight of all the coin and treasure and stuff is enough to lift spirits, even if it isn't your main motivation for adventuring in the first place. Dwarfs. It's nice to see some dwarvish crafting items. Well, it's a mixed bag. A dwarf probably had to be eaten by a troll for the treasure to end up there.
Yeah.
But at least it's back in the hands of a dwarf.
It's a good story.
My character, I'd also imagine he'd gain some hope from doing such a.
Killing a troll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm just happy that Tom's not dead.
You're sad that Tom's
not dead. Happy that Tom's not dead.
Oh, you're happy
not dead.
Alive.
No. Yeah,
Tom's still
alive. Yeah.
Borin does not care for it.
No.
So wait, how much hope do I get?
3.
3. Okay, so I have 10.
I mean, Tom's like a teenager, isn't he?
Yeah, late teens, 17, 18.
I'd rather have a dead child on my hands.
Yeah.
Regardless of how foolish he's been.
Yeah, he's a teenager, so he's gonna do dumb shit. But yeah, that is us. This session. Next session we'll finish off this adventure. We'll see how the fellowship phases work in 2nd edition, and hopefully introduce the next adventure in the campaign. And that'll be in 2 weeks from now, the 7th of September. Not streaming anything next Wednesday on the channel.
All right.
because I've not decided what game I'm actually going to run for Trial by Fire, and it'll be September's game. It'll be something. It's feeling very much like I might run a Pokemon one shot.
Oh.
But there's a few Pokemon tabletop systems, and I've not decided which one I'm going to use. But we'll see. The one I'm looking at is a diceless system. It uses tokens.
Okay.
So that might be interesting to review at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's us. I don't know if anybody has anything else they'd like to add before we finish off. Just that I'll be on DM Studios in just over an hour's time for our Dark Heresy campaign. If you like chaos and madness in the 41st millennium, come and join us for that.
And based on the last session, there should be a lot
there
of
should be a
chaos
lot
and
of
madness.
chaos
If it's
and
anything
madness.
like that damn game.
But yep, cool.
Oh God.
So yeah, I don't know if anybody else has anything they'd like to add before we finish off.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for joining.
Chat has been really busy.
Game.
Always nice to see a busy chat.
Yep.
And we really appreciate it. As the campaign goes on, I'm probably going to add channel point options. So if you're watching the game, you can spend channel points to help or hinder the adventures during the campaign. We had a bit of fun with that with Fractured Crystals and
yeah. And you could probably just rename the ones that are there already.
Yeah.
Eventually, because we've still got them sitting there.
But yeah, we'll see how that works. But yeah, thanks everybody for being in chat, and yeah, I'm really enjoying the campaign so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing it. Have a good night.
Absolutely.
And we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. No type train thingy or whatever it is.